What's up now? This is me, 18 Wheels. I'm back with another one. This video right here, I'm unloading the car, right? But this is a pickup truck. The pickup truck is an actual stick shift, manual stick shift, just like a big semi truck, but it's a pickup truck. So, reason why I wanted to do this video is because I'm unloading this truck in heavy traffic. Reason being, because there's no other place to unload the vehicle, so I can actually give it to the dealership that I'm taking this vehicle to, so they can do the 1-2, take it and sell it, do whatever. But anyway, my advice. This is my advice. This is what I do, because I never really go to the same dealership. I go to different ones because there's so many car dealers in the United States. I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of dealerships. So my thing, what I do before I actually get to the dealership, I will call the dealership and get an actual location where I can unload their car. So I'll call them and I'll say something like, I'm truck number 1050 and I'm delivering a vehicle to your place of business. But before I get to your place of business, I need to know exactly where to stage my semi truck in order to unload your vehicle. You have to be specific, because I didn't actually got to dealerships and they said, well, I thought you were driving a little small pickup truck or a hot shot type of setup. But you have to be specific and let them know I'm driving a semi truck, a 9-car hauler semi truck. That way they can actually tell you exactly where to unload that car, because some places they don't want you pulling big semi trucks onto their property because it can do damage and it's not big enough to swing around. Some places you go to, you can't park on certain streets because the police will give you a ticket. So you gotta be careful. And here's my thing. Like right here at this dealership, I had to unload in the middle of the street, but they forewarned me before I got there. They say, yo, it's kind of busy, you gotta be careful. But I asked them, I said, will the authorities bother me from unloading the car in the middle of the street? They said no. Once I get that okay, no, they're not going to bother me, I will unload in the middle of the street. But now you go to some places and you call ahead of time. You have to call ahead of time. I get there and no, wait a minute. I call ahead of time and I get confirmation that you cannot load in the street because the police will give you a ticket. Now, I done got into a situation where I couldn't get in contact with anyone, and I won't unload the car. But what I would do is pull over to the side, go into the dealership or wherever I'm delivering a car, and ask them before I break my trailer down. Because some places, like I said before, they do not want you loading in the street because it's dangerous. Some of the streets are almost like freeways, like a mini freeway, and they are flying. Some of those streets that you unload on, they can do 50 miles per hour, and you do not want to be in a position to where as though you will get hit. Now, here's another thing what I do that's very important. I notice, this is me, this is what I do when I'm actually unstrapping the vehicle. And it say like this situation right here. I'm in the middle of the street. I have to unsecure the vehicle so I can take the vehicle off the truck. So what I do, I set up my cones, as you already seen. I have like road cones. I put them on my truck. I think they're handy. They're good to have, and they give you that space, that you need to unload that vehicle. Because in order to control those levers that controls the ramps, the ramps on the truck and trailer, you have to stand on the side of traffic that's oncoming to you. So what I do, I set the cones out, and I set them out maybe enough to where I can have enough room to maneuver just in case. But while I'm doing this, I always try to unstrap my vehicle in a clockwise position. Sometimes I forget, but most of the time I try to do it in a clockwise position so I can see what's coming at me, just in case I have to jump out the way. Because sometimes, people, you never know what people are doing in their cars. Some people are maybe messing with their phone, or may get distracted, or they might not be, not really paying attention to what they doing. And the last thing you want is to get hit, because like I said, some of these streets that you unload the cars on, some of them, man, they be going kind of fast. So you want to kind of like be looking just in case, car coming at you, you can at least get out the way. Jump on the trailer, just figure out how to get out the way real quick. Because if they are not paying attention and they hit you, it'd be all bad. I have heard of stories of drivers, actually car haulers that got hit. I heard of stories of car haulers that got killed. That's why, like, when I'm taking the cars off, like position number 1, that's the one that's over the head. Sometimes you got to do it in the middle of the street in a situation like this. Now, like, I'm taking a car off up there. This is another reason why I lock my ramps, because I'm like, if somebody hit me and I'm inside the car, I'm thinking, this is my thinking, at least maybe the ramps and the locks, that how you can lock the ramp with the pins. Hopefully that'll catch the car and catch me, so I won't, so it won't collapse. That's why, I'm always trying to pay attention. I'm always trying to think ahead, and it's very important. Like you can see these cars right now, they're coming at me, and they doing their daily activity, but they are giving me some respect. They not like going close to the cones or nothing. They are watching. But I had an incident in California. I'm gonna tell you about this incident. I was in the street unloading the car, and this was a residential car, so I couldn't find anywhere to actually load this guy's car so he can have it, so I could put it on the truck for transport. A car came really close to me. He didn't hit me, but I had my winch bar in my hand, and my winch bar was kind of like, how I hold, the way I hold my winch bar, I hold it, kind of like maybe an inch or a foot away from me. That person, it was a woman, she kept going. She hit that winch bar, and I kind of like, I held my bar, and I'm like, what the? And I hit, and she got a big gash right on the side of her car, but she kept going, and right then and there, when I seen that, I said, oh, I'm glad she didn't hit me, but I gotta be super careful. So, and I'm gonna tell you one thing too. Another thing, this vehicle, I'm switching the subject. This vehicle that I'm taking off the truck is an actual stick shift. I have a video of me loading this truck onto my truck. Onto the back of my truck. I put it in position number 3. This one right here. You could check that video out, how I did it. It's a stick shift. So what I do with stick shift, a lot of manual cars, because you can't shift gears when you loading, unloading. I never do that. I don't know, maybe somebody else do, but I don't think it's really wise to do that. So what I do, I'll I'll actually lay the seat back all the way back, and I scoot it all the way up, but I'll sit like on the back of the seat, like you laying down in the lay down position, but I'll sit on that part, and I'll back the vehicle up, because you got to work 3 paddles. You working the clutch, you working the brake, and you working the accelerator at the same time. So that's something you got to be really careful, because you don't want to hit the wrong paddle, and then it accelerated the car or truck, and it can go all bad if you're not in control. So you gotta really be thinking when you unload and stick shift cars. So I'm gonna give you another tip. What I do when I'm backing cars up off the truck and I'm in traffic like that, I always hit my hazard lights on the car. I had a car hazard lights on too. I'm just saying, you never know. You want to always try to. I always want to try to alert anybody who's coming up towards me while I'm taking the car off the truck. I always want to keep somebody in alert mode. That way, we don't have them problems. Now, another thing. Now when I'm out there and I put the truck and I put my trailer back together, that's another thing. You gotta still be careful, because cars are coming back and forth. My thing is, like I say, work in a clockwise position. You want to always try to work against traffic. Always keep your face towards against traffic. That way, in case somebody swerve or anything can happen, you never know. Now this particular time right here, I came straight out to the truck, but I was walking like I'm bagging up. Like, I kept my back towards not the traffic, but I kept my face towards traffic so I can always see them. I keep an eye on them, because I don't want nobody hitting me. You just gotta be super careful doing this. It's not something you want to rush and do. I mean, some guys do rush and do, but I mean, if you've been doing this a long time, you kind of know what to do. But me, I'm always like trying to just pay attention to what I'm doing and think about what I'm doing before I do it, because like I say, only take one mistake, one little mistake where you could have been looking but you wasn't looking and somebody hit you. And if you weren't really paying attention, you could have, if you would have been paying attention, you could at least got out the way of the vehicle, because you're not going to be able to stop the car if it's coming at you. But like me, I kind of like try to just get it done, get the job done, and just keep moving. But stay in contact. Always try to contact the dealership before you get there, right? Make sure you let them know that you're in a semi truck or whatever type of vehicle you're in, if you've never been there. Now, if you've been there before, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to keep calling them. You already know, but just to be on the safe side, just make sure you keep an eye on whatever you're doing and be aware of what you're doing, because you don't have really no time for mistakes, especially with this hauling cars. I think like me, I always put my ramps up. I always secure everything before I take off, because I don't want my straps or straps or anything. I don't want them dangling from the truck. I done got pulled over before like that, because I had forgot to secure one of my straps so they won't dangle. I got pulled over because the police, it was a state trooper, he seen the strap dangling up under the truck and it was sparking. So he pulled me over and just let me know what was going on. But he did DOT me. He gave me a DOT. He DOT'd the truck and my paperwork and stuff. But I was cool, because I'm kind of like You know, with this, I kind of like I play by the rules. That's what you gotta do. So you gotta actually just keep an eye on what you're doing and just do your job. And here's another thing. Another word of advice. Always try to wear vest or something that's fluorescent, something that has reflective tape on it. You don't want to get out. I mean, I see drivers that do it without it, but you want people to see you. If you doing this, you want them to see, yo, it's a human being right here. Do not hit me. That's what that fluorescent vest or whatever you got on, that's kind of like, and you can kind of like see, they can see you. The construction workers wear it. And like when you're on the freeway, you doing 50, 60, 70, 75 miles per hour, and you see a construction zone, you see construction workers working, you got to think about it. You always see them because they have that fluorescent material on. You want something like that. Unloading cars in the street, I mean, you don't have to. It's up to you. I mean, but me, I always put on the fluorescent vest. I got a vest. I got a shirt. I mean, you can get them from you can get those shirts and vests from like the truck stops. They sell them, or you might be able to go to Walmart. You can get them from Walmart. You don't have to get a lot of them. You just get a couple of them. You know, one get dirty, clean it up. You know, put the clean one on. That way, it'll always shine real bright. Because you can't afford for somebody to say, oh, I didn't see him because he didn't have safety gear on. You want to have that gear on too, just in case. You know, if somebody do slam into you, or anything can happen. You know, I'm gonna tell you, in some states, I'm not sure what state it is, but I know I heard of a state that the state troopers, like, if you break down and you don't have a fluorescent vest on, or any type of fluorescent, something that people can see you on the freeway, they will give you a ticket for that. As a trucker, you're a commercial driver, you driving a commercial vehicle, so you need to have that vest on when you get out the vehicle. When you get out the vehicle, to check what's wrong with your truck, or you know, because might have to pull over, you might have to do whatever you got to do on the side of the road, whatever, you know what I mean. You just want to be seen, you know, because it's been times when I had to pull over and I had to check my tires, or I might have forgot to strap something down, and I'm like, I gotta pull over, and I just throw on my vest real quick because I have a jacket vest. Jacket vests are best. You get you a vest that's like more of like a jacket, and you could just hang it in your truck and just keep it there, you know, just in case, because you never know. You know, in some places that you go to pick up cars, they won't let you in if you ain't got a vest. You gotta have that vest. So you always want to be prepared, you know. And if you can get a hold to some cones, get you some cones. I'll get you like 3 of them, you know, and use them just for safety. You know, your life is way more important than that truck, but you want everything set up to where as though people can see cones from down the road coming towards you, and you have your flashers on. You have everything prepared before you get out the truck. Like when you get ready to get out that truck, you have your vest. Make sure you got the keys to the cars. If you got gloves, you want to put gloves on. Make sure you got everything you need. That way you can minimize your movement, you know, unnecessary movement while you outside that truck, because cars are coming back and forth. Well, anyway, this 18 Wheels. Like, subscribe, share, and to all you truckers out there, you be blessed and be safe. Check out the next video coming.